You want to go around?
Around this side?
See, I think it's going to lower. The water level's going to lower.
Yeah, we'll be able to see this guy come through.
Oh.
So they're going to go through that way.
They're going that way.
Let's go check it out. What's that coming in, Gary?
Yep, they're ready to go out. Sam, where are you going? Stay right here.
They're gonna let all that water out. All the way down so they can
Where's the other side?
Of what?
Don't they close another gate over there? They do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There it goes.
Hey, yeah. Whoa.
What?
Look at how it's moving. The gate's closing over there.
It's shedding. Boom! Look, water levels going down.
Yep. Look, they're pushing all the water through on that side.
Oh, are they?
So that's where they pump it into.
Oh, they pump it in.
Get off the road. good. I mean, the right level and stuff. Kona, the big island?
Kona, huh?
Yeah.
I live in Lahaina.
Oh, okay.
Or I did. I moved away like 8 years ago too.
Oh, yeah.
Kona, that's all right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
There's enough time.
Yeah, exactly.
There they go.
Are you here in Seattle too as well?
No, I'm just here for 5 days for a friend's wedding. I live in Shanghai,
Where's that?
China.
Oh, okay. Shanghai. Okay. Nice.
Not really. I hate that. I'm ready to get out of there.
Did it long enough.
7 years in China is a lifetime.
Oh, you've been there 7 years?
I tried my hand.
There you go.
Yeah, they reach lower ground.
Yep, exactly. Oh, hey, they got a little weather on there.
They're like a tugboat.
That actually might be, yeah. They had a little Weber barbecue on it. That's cool.
Yeah, we got here just in time.
Totally.
We're free!
Oh, here we go, kids.
So this is technically, is this Pacific right here?
That's what I was asking. It's supposedly like all brackish till you get further down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, this lake flows from the lake out to the ocean, obviously.
So this is the lake, and then they lower it.
It's Lake Washington, I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's Lake Washington, and then the Pacific.
Yeah, so this has got to be.
And where are the salmon?
Right? He probably knows.
Yeah.
Are there fish now coming up to the level?
Oh, yeah. Look at that, Freddie.
Look at the fish, Freddie.
Right under another one. Yeah, come here. Tired. Yeah, so I did have races.
So they're actually,
He's like, what's for dinner?
camera shot. Oh, they're moving. I see they're jumping in it.
The next one to come through are going to be.
Yes, look, they're swimming into that hole right there. So, yep. Watch. Well, wait and see if another one makes it up here, yeah? He made it all the way up there.
Then what happens?
Then he gets to go out.
Into the sound.
Into the Puget Sound, yeah.
Tell me if any one of them is in here.
Well, if they make it, you're going to miss
Closer.
Good exercise.
I can't believe they grow that much in a short period of time.
I found some seashells.
Yeah, you see some seashells in there?
Over here.
See, but then I can't remember.
And it was all
That's a huge fish. So the Puget Sound is that way?
Tell me if
Which way?
fish
Which side is Puget?
Alright.
This way.
It's over there. Yeah.
Oh, that one. So this is the
This
lake.
is lake. Yeah, Washington.
Mommy.
So this is all water coming out of Lake Washington.
So just be patient.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
You can do it!
Yay! Now he's free.
Here comes another one.
So they're rallying their energy down there, and then they.
Oh, no. Look, here comes the other one. Oh.
Keep that going
Got
that
his
way.
first real fish about 2 weeks ago.
Look at the little tiny fish right there.
Guy's house that I did work for.
Oh, Avery, look at that tiny, tiny little fish.
Brother, come here. There's a tiny, tiny little fish.
I lost it now.
Come here.
Right down there.
Brother, come here. There's a tiny fish.
Hello everyone, I'm Karen. I'm here with my tour for the Visitor Center. We come over a couple of times a day to talk about the life cycle of the salmon. And we've got Chinook, and we should have some little coho in here as well. We've got 4 types of fish illustrated here. We've got the steelhead. The steelhead would be the first ones through in the spring, but the steelhead run is decimated, so we rarely see a steelhead anymore. The ones we do see first generally are the sockeye. They come through in the June to July time frame. Sockeye are also called reds. The next ones through are the large Chinook, and they come through in the July-August time frame. And the last ones through, the Chinook are also called kings, by the way. The coho, which are called silvers, are the last ones through, and they come August, September, October. And the largest run would be the sockeye. About 500,000 fish of all types come through in a year, generally speaking. These are all anadromous fish, and what that means is they start their life in the freshwater, in the creeks, and they're born there, and when it's time to make their way down through the waterways, they'll head out to sea. They'll mature for 1 to 6 years, depending on species, and then they'll come back and reverse the process to spawn in the creeks, and they'll end up within 100 feet of where they started. So that's what an anadromous fish does. And these fish are going to go through some changes here as they acclimate from the salt water to the fresh water. They're going to spend some time in here just getting used to the difference in the water. When they enter the fresh water, the male is going to develop the hooked nose and teeth. The teeth are not for eating, they are for fighting with the other males when they get up to the spawning grounds. Because neither the male or the female fish are going to eat once they hit the fresh water. They're also going to start to turn red as their bodies deteriorate. Because of the lack of food, their bodies start to break down and turn red. They'll make their way up to the spawning grounds, and when they get up there, the female's kind of in charge. She's going to pick a spot for the nest. It's called a red with 2 Ds. She's also going to pick her mate and defend her nest. So she will decide where the nest is going to be. She'll kind of slam her body into the sand and gravel and make a dent. And then she'll start to excavate with her tail to make a space that's big enough for 2. She will enter the nest and deposit 3,000 to 5,000 eggs. Simultaneously, the male enters and fertilizes the eggs with his milk. And then the eggs kind of glue together with a temporary adhesive that forms a ball so they don't all just float off while they're packing the sand and gravel down over them to protect them. And this will happen 2 to 5 times in a row, so that each time they're building a nest, they're kicking more sand and gravel down on the ones that are down below. So that's protective of
there's
the
fish.
nest.
That's
the
one that's
female is going to stay with the nest until she dies within a day or 2.
Here comes
The male is also going to die within a day or 2, but he may go on to find other females before he dies. So the female is going to keep anybody away from those nests, male or female. As these fish die, they are releasing nitrogen and phosphorus into the water, and then they are food for hundreds of other species. The salmon are called a ketone species because of that, how many other species they are responsible for. So, in 5 to 10 weeks, the eggs are going to hatch, and when they hatch, the first stage is called alvin stage.
That's pretty cool.
At that point, they've got a yolk sac of nutrients that they can live off of. It's kind of like a little front pack of groceries.
We don't have
And they will eat that as opposed to having to go out and search for food. So they're protected just a little bit longer by having that yolk sac.